Welcome back. Well, we're going to turn now to some breaking news out of the United Kingdom. There are reports in British media that Defense Secretary Sir Michael Fallon has resigned following what is being described as allegations of past misbehavior. Well, let's go to our London and our correspondent there, Jonathan Sacerdoti. Jonathan, what is the story here?
Hi, Caleb. Well, it has now been confirmed by the Ministry of Defence and Theresa May, the Prime Minister, that Sir Michael Fallon has resigned. And that, he says in his letter of resignation, is because he believes that he has fallen short of the high standards required of the armed services, which, of course, he is responsible for in that ministerial position. What all of this is referring to is a wave of allegations against MPs from all parties in the last few days concerning sexual misconduct. This has all come out following that Me Too campaign on social media, which led on from the Harvey Weinstein affair. And this has really hit British politics quite hard. And this seems to be the first scalp, because Michael Fallon was said some years ago to have touched the leg of a female reporter, a journalist, and for that to have been inappropriate. Now, that particular reporter and journalist has spoken out herself, Julia Hartley-Brewer, who has in fact said that she thinks that this is a ridiculous storm in a teacup over what happened. She said that she told him to get his hand off her publicly, and that he did, and that this was many years ago, and that neither of them have had a problem with each other since. But regardless, he says that some of these allegations now have shown that he fell short of those high standards that are expected of the armed forces, and that's why he's stepping down.
Jonathan, this current wave of allegations of sexual harassment that basically started as an entertainment story. It started in Hollywood with the producer Harvey Weinstein. It's now touched several major entertainment figures in the United States. It's moved in the U.S. to journalism. Now it's going to politics in the UK. Where is this going, for instance, in the United Kingdom? You said there's been other members of government who have been at least implicated in some of these scandals.
Well, that's right. One member of the Labour Party has now said that she was raped, and that at the time she was told not to bring this forward as an allegation because that it would not be good for the party or for her future career. But she's speaking out now in the wave of allegations that seems to be sweeping across various different parts of society, as you say, including political echelons. This, of course, is difficult for Mrs. May, who now has to at least do a sort of mini cabinet reshuffle and replace Sir Michael. But across politics altogether, there seems to be a realization that there's been a culture within the House of Commons and within Westminster at large of sexual inappropriateness. Now, this is very complex because that doesn't mean that all the people who have been mentioned in relation to this story have actually been rapists or sexual abusers. Some have been said to have acted inappropriately, perhaps to have flirted with people they shouldn't have done, perhaps to have made certain advances. And that certainly isn't in the same category as somebody who makes somebody have sex with them against their will or who is in some other way abusive sexually. And this is all coming out in one go, let's say. So politicians from across the board are very afraid. There's even been a spreadsheet circulating which has gone viral among Westminster hacks with names and lists of what different politicians within the Conservative Party have been alleged to have done. And that, of course, is something that many of the people on that list are saying they are now going to take legal action over.
Wow, that's incredible, Jonathan. I want to ask you if you expect that the Prime Minister Theresa May, will come out maybe even today and say anything about this, not only because she is a woman, but because the dam seems to have been broken with so many women coming forward and talking about incidents, even if they happened 10 or 20 years ago. And I'm wondering if she will come out and make a statement as the female Prime Minister of the UK and say that this kind of behavior is just absolutely unacceptable and will be punished, by the full extent of the law.
Well, of course, there is that desire on the part of political leaders to say that, but then, of course, the fear that this will affect them and their parties negatively. Theresa May, for her part, has said that she wants there to be a new process within Westminster so that people can bring allegations out and that this can then be investigated in a non-party political way. But she, like other political leaders, will be afraid of what that might mean in terms of implications for her own party. certainly it seems that no party has been immune from these allegations. As I mentioned earlier, there's that Labour Party rape allegation, and then there are plenty of other allegations across the board in various different parties. Andrea Leadsom, the leader of the House of Commons, the Conservative, also a woman, has said that she wants to see this. She wants to see this dealt with as well. There is, in general, a desire for sexual misconduct to be more commonly accepted, for women especially to be able to speak out when they feel that they have been at the receiving end of inappropriate behaviour. And yet there's that fear of what this could do to the government and what this could do to political parties in general.
Thank you so much, Jonathan Sacerdoti, there with breaking news for us.